the grass is greener on the other side, but I do know that the graduation parties tend to be more wild on the other side. This is Rob Newsball Animation Bliss, and welcome to another underrated and obscure cartoon corner. So today's animated series that I'll be talking about today is the Nickelodeon series As Told by Ginger. And before I get into my thoughts about this show, here are a few words from the channel. Alright Animaniacs, now let's get on the social media train. Want to chat with us in 100 words or less? Then check out our Twitter account. Want to chat with us within a group? Then check out our Facebook account. Want to get the lowdown on everything dealing with animation on this channel? Then check all the above. And now, we return to our regularly scheduled program. So the show is about a young girl named Ginger Foutley who is trying to deal with her experiences in junior high as she has to deal with the popular girls Courtney Gripley and Miranda Kilgallen, as well as trying to coast by life the best way she can. So what are my thoughts about As Told by Ginger? I really enjoyed this show. So let's talk about what I did like about the show. So the first thing that I liked about the show was how unique it was from the other Nicktoons. So at the time that As Told by Ginger came out, a lot of Nicktoons at the time were slice of life comedies. But with As Told by Ginger, it was a much different story with that show. With As Told by Ginger, even though it was another slice of life Nicktoon, it was much more serious than the other Nicktoons were. And that's what I really liked about this show, was the fact that it was much more realistic and serious compared to the other Nicktoons. And they were able to tackle a lot of issues in a fairly realistic way. And that's what I love so much about As Told by Ginger, is how they were able to tackle issues like betrayals, friendship failures, relationship drama and stuff like that, and they were able to tackle it in such a realistic way. Another unique thing about the show was how the characters often changed their clothing styles in each episode. Like most animated shows have the characters wear the same outfits in almost every episode, but with As Told by Ginger it's a lot different, as most of the characters tend to wear different outfits in every episode, and that's what really stood out to me about this show, was how the characters' outfits tend to change in every episode instead of the characters wearing the same things in every episode. Another thing that I liked about the show was how realistic it was. I mentioned before that this show was able to tackle a lot of issues in a realistic way. Issues such as betrayal, relationship drama, and even depression in one episode. And I love the way that the show was able to handle these topics in a very realistic way, and it just made the show stand out even more to me. And it also made the characters very relatable to me, which leads to my next pro, and that's the characters themselves. I love the fact that the characters are very relatable. I especially love the characters of Ginger Foutley and Courtney Gripley. With Ginger Foutley, she's that character who wants to be popular, but at the same time, she wants to be herself. And I love how Ginger is able to develop as a character throughout the series, as she starts off the series of wanting to be popular, but then she starts wanting to be more like herself, and she stops chasing the dream of being popular, just being herself more and more as the show goes on. And then another character that I really like is Courtney Gripley, as she's the popular girl of the school, but unlike most popular girls that we see in media, she's actually a very nice character. And the reason why she acts snobby most of the time is because that was what was expected of her as a popular girl. But we see that Courtney actually likes Ginger, and she tries to make friends with Ginger. And I do love how Courtney develops as a character herself, as she goes from being snobby to being much nicer in the later seasons. So I do love that aspect of Courtney's character a lot. And then of course you have characters like Miranda Kilgallen, who's like the bully of the series. But despite the fact that we're supposed to hate her character, I can't help but actually like her character a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, she reminds me a lot of Angelica Pickles from Rugrats, which is ironic because Rugrats is from the same creator as Told by Ginger, so yeah, there's that. But anyway, she reminds me of Angelica Pickles, as Angelica Pickles is the bully character of Rugrats, and yet I do love her character because she's just so exaggerated with her actions. And while Miranda is a lot meaner than Angelica, I can't help but like Miranda a little bit because of Cree Summers' voice acting of the character, and also because Miranda gets a lot of the best lines in the series. So I do love Miranda's sassy attitude throughout this series, and I just can't help but kind of like Miranda's character a little bit, just a little bit. Another thing that I really liked about this show was the music. I love the fact that the music has a kind of rock soundtrack to it, as it makes the show really stand out. And I just have a fun time listening to the music of this series, and it really makes the music stand out from the other Nicktoons, as this has a much more rock sounding soundtrack compared to the other Nicktoons that came before it. So I really like the soundtrack of this series. Now, if there was an issue that I have with this series, is that there are some unlikable characters in the show. While I've mentioned before that I really like most of the characters in the show, there were some characters that I didn't care much for. The main character that I didn't really care much for was Dodie herself. Dodie is supposed to be Ginger's best friend, but there are some episodes where Dodie does backstab Ginger a bit, and even though she's not as bad as Dejanay from the Proud family, who's constantly backstabbing Penny in the back, even though she's supposed to be Penny's best friend, there were some episodes where Dodie does kind of backstab Ginger, and that does irritate me a bit. It's actually the trope that I don't care much for, where you have the best friend backstab the main character in some kind of way, because I'm thinking to myself, well, why is that character best friends with the main character if they keep backstabbing the main character? And that's how I felt about Dodie at times, is that she kind of backstabs Ginger, and I'm like, you know, why is she Ginger's best friend when she keeps backstabbing Ginger in some ways? Now, granted, it's not as bad as some other examples, but yeah, that's something that always stood out to me regarding Dodie's character, and it's something that annoys me to no end. Before I give out my overall thoughts on this series, I would like to let you guys know that there are affiliate links in the description box below if you are interested in buying any of the TV series mentioned in this video. If you buy any of the TV series mentioned in this video using the affiliate links in the description box below, then I will receive a small commission that would greatly help with this channel. So please feel free to use the affiliate links in the description box below if you are interested in adding this TV series to your TV collection. But overall, I really enjoy watching As Told by Ginger. While there are some unlikable characters in the show, I love the fact that this show is very realistic and is handling certain issues, and I really love the characters and the music, so I definitely highly recommend As Told by Ginger if you're looking for an animated series that tackle issues in a realistic way. So those are my thoughts on As Told by Ginger, and tell me in the comments down below, have you seen As Told by Ginger? And if you have, did you like the show? Did you hate the show? And what's your favorite animated series that tackles issues in a realistic way? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's Wall Animation Bliss, and I'll see you guys later. Hey animation fans, like this video? If you want to see more animated content from this channel, then please hit that big old animated subscribe button so that you can get more awesome content from this channel.